welcome, everyone. Welcome. And I pray that peace be with you. I am just waiting on our beloved brother Lance to come on, and we will be sharing some powerful words of encouragement. We will be sharing some information regarding to basically what happened. Hey, person, whoever you are, thank you for staying up late with us tonight on this late night live, where we're just going to be sharing words of encouragement, but also speaking about our experiences with angels. I know that we had a profound experience the last time that we had a phone conversation that I did an interview with Lance. It was so beautiful. So he will be coming on in a couple minutes. I'm just waiting for him to get in the room. I pray that you're having a good night. And before everything starts off, I also just want to give a shout out to everyone around the world and around the US that watch these videos. It is genuinely a blessing to see, the different interactions, to see the words of encouragement, just to see the people. I just recently connected with a brother from the Congo. I know some people from London now. It's beautiful. You never know who's watching you, so I thought that was it's just really powerful. I have some family out in Texas. I have some family out in DC. I have some family, here in North Carolina, all around. So it's beautiful to be able to connect with the different people who love and cherish our Father. So it's beautiful. So, we all connect through the Holy Spirit, and we all have different gifts and different talents. So it's beautiful to see everyone come together and worship our Father. So I just wanted to say that. So I will be waiting on Lance to come in the live. But in the meantime, I am going to be playing some inspirational jazz music in the meantime. Let me see. I hope whoever's on the line is blessed and is at peace, and you feel the Holy Spirit. I know it's kind of late at night, but I want to say this too. I used to work in the middle of the night, so it's nothing for me to do a late night live. I actually just came off of, let me turn this music down a little bit. I actually just came off the overnight shift, probably back in November of last year. So I was working in the middle of the night up until around 8 a.m. in the morning, and I was reviewing cases and stuff like that. So I would have my headphones in, and I would just be reviewing cases and stuff throughout the night. So I'm used to staying up. I'm used to kind of trying to keep it live during the middle of the night. So when Lance was like 1:30, I was like, yes. 1:30. If I was at work right now, 1:30, I would normally be probably going downstairs. I'm not gonna lie, this ain't good. Going downstairs to probably get me a soda or something like that to stay up, or either I used to be on those Monster drinks, but I got off of them, so it's a blessing. God, our Father, the Most High, is so good. He's so good. I was begging the Lord, Lord, please take me off. Please take me off. And he did. So, it was messing with my body a little bit to work overnight. So, but I'm just thankful for everything our Father is doing. I'm just thankful for the connection. I'm just thankful for the prayers. I'm just genuinely thankful for the love. I'm just thankful for the encouragement and the overflow that he's placing in all of our hearts, our minds, our bodies, and our souls. I am just genuinely thankful for his presence in our life. And Lance will be joining us any moment now, and when he chimes in, we're just going to share and we're just going to express our experiences with angels. And that is such a beautiful and a powerful experience. And it just further knows, we already know that our Father is real. We already know that the Most High God is real. but it's just a super blessed experience. Let me see if anybody's in the chat room yet. Hey, Tyler. Hey, I didn't know you were in the chat room. Hey, brother, it's good to see you on tonight. You know that you are loved. You know that you are appreciated, and we thank you. I thank you for joining on tonight. I really do. You know, I was like, I don't know if anybody would be up this late at night, but hey, hey, we up doing it. And let me tell you something. I am genuinely live. You know, I'm excited because one thing about Lance, he always brings like this super positive energy, and he could be working like these 10-hour days and stuff, and he still like has a whole lot of energy and a whole lot of positivity. And he is a awesome storyteller. Very great storyteller. You know, and I always tell him he should write books and stuff like that. So awesome storyteller. So we're just waiting on him to check on in. And when he checks on in, we're going to be getting going. You know, I have a little cup of orange juice here. A little cup of orange juice here with me, you know. I was going to get some water, but I decided to get some juice instead. But, you know, I hope y'all are doing great tonight. Let me just check the comment section again. You're a trip, Chad. Trip. Okay. So yeah, so I'm just waiting on Lance to check on in, and we should be getting going in just a matter of moments here. And again, I just want to say to the people that just joined, thank you for taking this time out tonight to share this moment in time with us, and for us to share our experiences that the Most High has blessed us to have. Our Father, the Holy Spirit, the angels, is proof of the supernatural, proof that there's so much more out there than what we see with the physical eyes. And when we go in and we just begin to pray and we begin to meditate, I believe, this is my personal perception, that we can see life more clearly. We can see things more easily. You know, that prayer time and that time to meditate and that time to listen, it genuinely means so much. And it genuinely keeps you balanced in your life as well. I must say that. It keeps you balanced despite of the circumstances that might be going on around you, despite of what you may be feeling at work, or despite of, you know, things that may be occurring in your life currently. It really keeps you centered. So when you have that prayer life and you have that meditation where I, in my heart, understand that the Most High is speaking, when you're able to get yourself in a genuine place of peace, in a genuine place where you don't have anything on your mind, that's the time when the Most High it's almost, for me, when I experience that, it's like a big love hug. It is genuinely like a big love hug. And I hear words of encouragement, words of love, words of inspiration. So I'm just going to check on Lance really quickly, just to see. Y'all keep on standing by, because he will be with us momentarily. It'll be just a moment. All right, so he will be with us momentarily. Yep. Oh my goodness, y'all. I pray that y'all also had a really good day. Okay. Yeah, so I'm just waiting on Lance to come on by. I'm going to put my inspirational music on. I have like some inspirational jazz, and I'm just like, I'm excited that anyone, you know, that y'all did come and partake for a little while in this, because I know that this message is going to be a blessing. You know, I feel like we're all supernatural people, that we just have to we just have to okay, and I just heard back from Lance, so he will be with us in a few minutes, guys. Okay. Yeah. So who else is here? I know that Chad is here, and Chad, I want to say thank you for joining. I know there's two other people on the line. But yeah, like I was saying, whenever we like take that time for to have that prayer life and really confess everything to the Lord. Let me take a look here. Oh, Randy. Oh, thank you for joining on tonight, Randy. Thank you. I really genuinely appreciate Randy. That's my brother cousin from another mother. Thank you for joining. Yeah, wherever we have that time, that prayer time, we have, and then we get that time to actually meditate. We get that time to clear our minds and just be for a second. Sometimes it's going in the prayer closet. Sometimes it's just sitting in a place of peace. A lot of times that's when the answers come. Because sometimes when your mind, is wondering, or there's a lot of things going on, it's hard to focus on the genuine answers that you need to process things or to make it. So I think that meditation, prayer and meditation, in my eyes, they go hand in hand. Prayer and meditation goes hand in hand. Let me put on a little bit of our inspirational jazz music. Y'all know I'm a lover. I'm a lover of jazz now. So what I'm playing right now, I don't know what song this is, but it's inspirational jazz. So it's Holy Spirit led. Yeah, so I don't know the song, but it sounds peaceful. Yeah, so it won't be long. It won't be long, family. But like I said, thanks again so much for joining on tonight. I genuinely appreciate all of you. I genuinely appreciate all of you. Oh, Randy talking about, no purple rain. Oh, no, Randy, no purple rain tonight. Let me tell you something. I removed that song. I found out how to do it. I'm turning this down just a little bit. I found out how to remove it. I did. And it was really quite simple because I didn't actually look into it. So I found out how to remove it, and it has been removed. And I did remove it. I did play some jazz over it, honestly. So this jazz that, my ringtone and my notifications has jazz ringtones and notifications now. So yeah, with that, yeah, I did remove it. Mm-hmm. Yes. So I'm so glad to have y'all here with us on tonight. We're gonna have a beautiful conversation. Like I said, it's always super peaceful. It's always super blessed, and it's just a blessing, And I know that Lance will be here shortly. Right? He's talking about, yeah, good. You're good. Good. Thank you. And I pray how are y'all doing tonight? So, Randy, how you doing? I'm just so glad that y'all came and because y'all know I be kind of sporadic with my lives. And I gotta start telling y'all honestly more, giving you more time in advance before I have these lives. And I just felt led to go live, and I really enjoyed the experience too. So yeah. So for those, for anyone who just joined, I just want to say thank you, and I appreciate your presence on tonight. I pray that the Most High is blessing and keeping you and strengthening you and empowering you. And it won't be long. As we know that our dear brother, our dear King Lance, he's just getting off work not too long ago. So these, I told him, hey, we will definitely be here waiting patiently, because I know whatever he says about the experience that we shared is going to be blessed. And he also has some other experiences that I'm going to ask him about too, that he experienced in terms of, with the angels. It's so beautiful. Family, like, it brings joy. I mean, it brings legit joy to my heart. You said you're good. Late night streaming, aren't we? Yes. I am late night streaming. Like I was explaining to everyone, I'm not sure if you were here, but I was a overnight worker. I was what they call grave shift worker. So I just got off that shift like in November. So it was nothing for me to come on at 1:30 in the morning, because 1:30 in the morning, I used to be going downstairs to get me like a Monster drink, which is really bad. Sometimes to stay up, and sometimes I would drink coffee. Y'all, it was just so hard to stay up when you work in the middle of the night. I promise you, like, I would have my earphones in and I would be staring at my computer all night, working my cases. And sometimes you would just go into a trance when you're working overnight, and you just sitting at a computer and it's no interaction. It's people around, but we're all working on our individual work. You got your earphones plugged in, but I was like, it was good because it was super, super quiet, but then it was hard for me to honestly stay up. And I'm not going to lie, like as an overnight worker, sometimes I'm not going to lie. Sometimes I would honestly doze off. I would doze off. Let me tell you something. You'll be at your computer. You just looking at a computer screen all night long, y'all. And you just clicking on buttons. It's more complicated than that. I'm going to be honest with you. But you look at that computer screen all night long. And then sometimes in your head, like, I'll be like, oh, man, whatever. I'm like, sleep is getting to me. And then I be looking around to see if I see any coworkers. And then my coworker on the left of me, that person is actually snoring. They ain't taking no little nap. They ain't taking no little shut-eye. They actually are snoring. And I look over to the right, and that person over to the right, they on Facebook, they on Instagram, they posting selfies, and I'm like, well, maybe I could get me like a few shut-eye, just maybe 10 minutes, maybe 5 minutes. I'm not gonna lie. It's times at 5:00 in the morning. No, because I would go to lunch at like 2:30. I would come back, and then 4:15, I would have like another break. After lunch, I would never eat on my lunch because it's in the middle of the night. So after lunch and my break, sometimes I would get hazy. That last 3 hours, I would get hazy. And then somewhere around 4:30, 4:45, all of a sudden I'd be at my desk, like just bent over, just like, and then somebody tap on me, I was praying. I was actually praying that the Lord bless you, because I know something was going on in your life. I was they'd be like, Constance, you lying, girl, you was over there asleep. I'll be like, but let me ask you this. Was I snoring? And she'd be like, no. Oh, because I was actually praying. I was actually praying. The struggle is real, Randy. The struggle is real. It's most certainly real. Working that, I don't know if any of you work that overnight shift or you've ever done overnight before, but that is definitely a very, very hard shift to work, especially if you're just honestly just not really, like you gotta get up. And for me, sometimes I used to get up once an hour and just walk around, not all the time, but walk around the office, because it was a very quiet environment for the most part. Now, sometimes, we had coworkers that were acting up and stuff, but for the most part, it was a quiet environment. So in order for me to stay up, sometimes I would get up and walk around. Sometimes I would even work out in the middle of the night. I would use my lunch break sometimes to just go walking or do different stuff, So I kept myself fine, but it really messes up your body a little bit. And I wouldn't recommend it for anybody unless you were doing it for a certain reason. Like if you were going to school or something like that. That's the only reason that I would recommend that you will work, you would work overnight. Because regular working overnight is not cool. Not unless you're like a night owl and you like totally have to you totally want to just be up all night. Like for me, it wasn't cool. And then I was working 10-hour days too. Hey, Lance. It's good to see you.
There's something with the sound. Hold on. There's something that, just give me a second. I'll be ready there. All right. Let me check. Hold on. Okay. The sound should be coming through soon.
It sounds good now.
Okay, that's through. Let me see. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
I can't hear you. I got to figure out what it is.
You can't hear me?
I might have to take this out of the whole system that I have. It's always a little glitch. I may just have to go simple on a laptop with my little Yeti microphone, but we're going to get it through. I just want to see if we can come through this way.
It's fine. It's fine. We just, just the family's here tonight. I got my orange juice. I'm a patient. We're patient.
Studio sound. Let me see. Okay, that's unmuted. Camera's on. I didn't know I was going to be with a celebrity tonight.
Oh,
let me see. You know what I'm going to do? Okay, let me see. Okay.
You sound a little low now.
I'm going to go the simple way. Give me a sec. But you can hear me though, right?
I can hear you, but you can't hear me.
This is weird, Let me this way. So I'm going to have to go to another computer. No problem.
No problem.
Cam, run it through, and I'll go through my Yeti, and it's going to come through perfect.
Okay.
I'll explain later. So I'm going
to perfect. No, you're perfectly fine.
I see we're matching tonight.
Yeah, in sync.
Okay, bye-bye.
Randy, no sweet tea. I'm just drinking a little bit of orange juice. I was gonna drink some water, but I just got some orange juice. But no sweet tea for me. Actually, I had a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. Earlier today, I stopped by Bojangles. I didn't get no chicken now. I didn't get no chicken. But I did pick me up a sweet tea. I did pick me up a sweet tea, Randy. Bojangles sweet tea be hitting the spot now. You know that. Bojangles sweet tea be hitting the spot. Yeah, so guys, everyone, as you just heard, Lance was having a little bit of technical difficulties, but he will be back on momentarily, and then we will be able to start the stream, so he'll be on momentarily. Oh man, I couldn't resist, man. I couldn't. Oh, let me tell y'all this before Lance come on. Y'all, why did I think I could take Caddy, my cat, for a walk? I took Caddy to the church down the street where I sometimes go walking. And it's this big old church in this big area where you can walk around. And so, when I hang around Caddy, I just hang around her outside my neighborhood and everything like that. I took her for a walk. And I said, I put her in her little, I don't know what you call it, the cage, but the little carrier for the animals. And then I took her out and I was like, she'll walk with me because she used to walk with me before she stayed with me. And so I was like, oh, she'll walk with me, blah, blah, blah. I put her out, y'all. Caddy was running all over the place. And y'all, she had me running here, there, and everywhere. I promise you. And so, cats are very curious. So immediately she went to, I can't think of it, what it is right now. I can't think of it. The little sewage thing where you can, the opening where it goes to the underground, the sewage or whatever. Immediately she went to that, y'all, and she tried to like jump in. So if the thing that was, it was like a free fall. So it was like maybe about 4 feet, but it was nothing for her. If she would have fell in, for her to be able to climb back up. Like some of them have bars where they can climb back up, but this one didn't have any bars. And so the good thing about my boo is that she's a little chunky. And so she took off, she darted off. And so I started running after her. I was like, oh my goodness, she's going to go down there. And if she goes down there, I'm going to lose her forever. And it's going to be my fault because I brought her out because I thought that I could take a cat for a walk. She was filming the whole, and she was. Let me tell y'all. So she gets to the little sewage drain thing, and she was trying to go under. Keep in mind, this one does not have bars, so she wouldn't have had a way to get back up unless she walked to the other one, which was about 10 feet, and that one had bars and climbed up out of that one. So I said, oh Lord. So as I start getting closer to her, she was like, I'm gonna go for it. This is what Caddy was saying. I'm gonna go for it. So she goes and tries to lunge down, but she got stuck. And she got stuck. So I was like, Lord, I was like, because the little thing was so small. It was so small that I couldn't get like my whole hand down there. But she was kind of stuck. So if she had moved a little bit further, she would have just fell down in that sewage drain. So I was like, Holy Spirit, as soon as I saw her stuck, but she was like halfway down, where if she moved the wrong way, she would have fell out. So as soon as I got over there to her, I grabbed one of her, I got down on the ground, went into like the drain thing. Y'all know what I'm talking about. I can't explain it right now. I kind of like put my hand, because like my whole arm couldn't fit under, put my hand under her body. And then I grabbed the arm, like I yanked her arm up, and I started pulling her up. And then she started, you know how cats do. She started wiggling so she could get her body up, and she came out. If she had not gotten stuck, she would have been down there, and she would have had to walk maybe about, like it was like 10 feet to get to the other one to climb up. But if she had the mind to do that, she was somewhere that she wasn't familiar with. So I was just like, oh my goodness. So I walked with her probably about maybe 15, 20 minutes before I was running up and down the church area. It's a huge church. Because I was like, oh, Caddy would walk with me before. She's a curious cat. So she would like be climbing trees while we walk. She would like be smelling stuff. She would like be turning over in the grass, doing stuff with her back. But she would always like run up before me, or either run somewhere I could see her, but she would be with me. This time she was like running away from me. And if I was like, I was down there while I was grabbing her arm. I said, Holy Spirit, I said, Lord, I can't lose her. I said, Lord, I cannot lose her. Lord, please, 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 Lord, do not let me lose her. Please don't let her fall down this drain thing, Lord. Please, please, please. I grabbed her arm and I yanked it, and she started moving, and she was inching her body up, and then we got her out. Let me tell you, y'all, I grabbed Caddy. I picked her up. Good thing, y'all, today was kind of cool outside, so I had a big sweater on. I grabbed her and I picked her up, and I had her tight in my arm because she was still trying to get down and run around. So I grabbed her tight in my arm, and then I got her to the car, and she was still trying to wiggle around and stuff like that. And the car was probably like maybe 40 or 50 feet away from where we was at. And she almost got out of my arms. I held her tight, and she couldn't scratch me that because I had on a big sweater. I put her in the car, and I was trying to put her back in that little, the little container thing, that you put the animals in. I forgot. I can't think of it right now. And I want to call it a cage. But anyway, She would barely let me do that. So I was like, let me throw her in. I threw her in on the passenger side. I locked the door. Then when I got in the car myself, I had this I can't remember what I had this throw. Oh, hey, Lance.
All right. Now I have to, let me see how this goes. I think you can hear me? I can hear you loud and clear. I'm good.
Okay, great. Good. Awesome. I was telling them a story about my cat just now. Like, she almost went down a drain today when I was taking her. I thought I could take her for a walk.
Really?
Taking a cat for a walk, I know that's crazy.
You got to be safe these days. You got to, bodyguard your cat. That's right.
Oh, God.
There are Chinese food restaurants around here. You know what I mean?
You're right.
Did I say that?
So you ready to go? You ready to fly?
I'm ready to roll. I'm ready to roll. Excuse me for being so scruffy. I didn't shave today. I went straight out the street, did my 10 hours, drove, worked, got cursed out a couple times.
Oh, wow.
All kind of odd spirits, but I'm here and I'm free for a couple of days and I'm here. I'm just glad to be here to look into your face and feel your spirit and vibe. And I have my laptop here because this is a temporary kind of makeshift setup. I have my setup a certain way. So I'm the camera's here, but I'm looking at you down here. So if I got to bounce between the both of it, but
you're perfectly
I'm
fine.
good. I'm good. I'm good.
I'm sorry that happened to you today too.
Say it again.
I said I'm sorry that happened to you. You said you had a couple people that you had some discrepancies, or you had people tell you off or something.
Yeah. No, it always happens. That lets me know that I'm doing something right. It lets me know that it's confirmation. When you have the negative energy coming at you, you're so positive. I'm not saying I'm so positive or perfect, whatever. Mm-hmm. But when I'm driving, it's a state of meditation for me. I'm slightly detached. Yeah. Because it's a repetitious act every day, except for the things that pop up unexpectedly. Mm-hmm. So I take that time, like a picture-in-picture screen, to minimize that picture and go automatic. But in my mind, I'm really thinking deep. Yeah. I'm very alert. Mm. And people can see that and sense that you're making progress. You have your mind on something, and they want to come in and throw that off a little bit. So
many people do that.
Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah, of course.
No weapon form shall prosper.
That's right. If they form it at all.
I am going to go ahead and start this live stream, and we're going to start. Actually, when I edit it, I'm just going to clip the first part out.
Okay. Yeah, no problem.
Yes.
So we're not on live yet.
Yeah. So I just want, and I didn't know if you wanted to, if you had the ability to simultaneously live, if you wanted to.
Well, see, that would take an extra step for you to do that. Uh-huh. I'd have to I could do that, but the audio from you, I would have to know how to pipe that in. Mm-hmm. It would give me an extra step, but I'm going to work on that for the next one.
Okay.
I'm going to work on that for the next one, so everything goes smooth. No problem. See, what it is that, and there's other things I have to work on, because my main system, I want to be able to hear you. There's something, you heard me the last time I was on.
Yes.
I didn't hear you. That's just a flick of a button. I just need to take a little time and get on that. I got the next couple of days to get everything. Oh, we're not recording? We're not live? I'm off for the whole week.
Oh, wow.
So I got all the time in the world to do. So It's not a problem. So that being said, I'll work out the glitches from this end. I have this on a separate laptop with this Yeti microphone or USB mic, but I want to pump everything that way and do it simultaneously and just bring everybody, and everybody that comes on me, I'll send them to you. You know what I mean? That's the main thing. Okay. But I'm ready whenever you are.
All right, I'm ready. So I just want to say welcome family. I am super, super excited to have Lance with me on tonight. It is always a beautiful and wonderful experience to have his presence, to have his energy. And this time I'm super excited because we're face to face.
Exactly.
Actually doing the live. So
I'm addicted already.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
I'm addicted to this already. I like this.
It's a beautiful experience. I just want to briefly introduce Lance, and this is a segment of Conversations with Constance. Mm-hmm. And I want to say that he is such a humble person. And I'm speaking from the heart, a very hard worker. I connect with him not only because he's an empath, but he's also an artist. He's very driven in what he does. He has a blog. He's been on national TV. You know, he has millions of, views on YouTube. And he's just an extremely hard worker, and he's passionate about what he does. The reason why I love our brother and I love our family from that side is because of the humility. I could say so many things about good things about Lance, but what I love the most is that he is genuinely a humble person. And I'll give you a quick story before we start our live. So the last live that I was a part of with our beloved brother Lancescurv from the Lancescurv show was when he had on Judge Joe Brown. This was last week. Now, I know a lot of people, and you have on someone who's well known, who's been on TV. Millions of people know this person. Directly after I was a part of he invited me to just come in and, because he was live and I wanted to support. I always watch his videos. And after Judge Joe Brown left, after that segment was over, he continued the live. And he allowed me and our beautiful sister, Ebony Eyes, to correspond. And it was such a beautiful, beautiful conversation. We connected, and it was so beautiful for me. And I said, wow, that is showing his true humility. Some people look at a celebrity and they say, I have this person on, and let me wait to have the other people on, because they're not like so-and-so. But Lance is not like that. Everybody's on equal ground. What you see is what you get, and you get a humble soul who's genuine, who's hardworking. So I say, thank you for sharing this moment in time with me on today, Lance. We appreciate your presence. We appreciate your time. We appreciate your existence. Peace.
Oh, no. Seriously, that was very nice of you to say. It was it was very nice of you to say. I'm not going to tear up right now, but no, seriously, it really, and a warrior, Constance, that being out here online, it's a passion. You got to love it, and it's not easy because you draw a lot of people towards you that have a lot of hidden agendas and secret motivations, and while you're trying to strive for positivity and look inward for answers and help other people find their way. Not that I know everything, but if I can help, if I know something, there are things that I know that I may know a little bit more of than one person, and there's somebody else who knows more than me. So this other person's lifting me up, but it's a trickle-down effect because it's one big thing. And sometimes we have people who look for these attention grabs, and like this mosquito that came in the house with me. So if you see me swatting around, then I'm not crazy. But it's very satisfying, and to know that you exist, and to know that I'm connected to you, and to know the spirit that you have and how you forge forward in your journey, your personal journey, and how you share it with others, and how you help others by not being shy about the great points and the points that need work on. It's phenomenal, and that's what it takes, and that's how you pretty much scare away the people who are coming at you just for a photo op, as far as their own selfish agenda. When you're genuine, it pushes them away, and at the same time, they may dislike you for it. My thing, when I first came to this platform of being online, and it's not about me, I just want to share this one part.
Sure.
I got online as a person who drew, as an artist. Then I started writing. Then I started doing these little talk shows on Blog Talk Radio. Then I started doing the videos and stuff playfully, didn't think it was going anywhere, and just kept doing it and sort of vibing with people. I didn't know that it was going to take this journey, this path for me. And that was many years ago. Like, I started in 2002. Now it's 2018, and I do have to say on Sunday, I turned 55 years old. And
wow, congratulations.
Even though I had a pretty rough day at work today, and I didn't get a chance to freshen up all the way, I feel good. My spirit is up, and I just can't see how one can get to a certain part in their journey if they're really looking to grow and really looking to improve themselves. How is it that they can't have enthusiasm for each day that comes? Because every day that comes, when I open my eyes, I may say to myself, you know, Lance, you need to take a rest today and back away from certain things. 5 minutes later, I'm in it. And I know you're the same way too, because I see your movement and it inspires me. You're phenomenal and it inspires me. And we need more people, wonderful sisters and brothers like yourself who can share that energy, because it's not going to come from the external. It's not going to come from this carnal world. It's going to come from that connection to the Most High from within. And thank you for sharing that with me.
Oh, you're very welcome, Lance. I am just, and we have people in the comment section saying happy birthday to you.
Oh,
Blood Sport One said happy birthday, and Randy Johnson said happy birthday.
Thank you.
We're just thankful for your presence and the love you share genuinely. And you said your birthday was this past Sunday, or is coming up?
Oh, it's coming up. 5:34 in the morning, April 8th. So I always kind of stay up till 5:34, or try to go to bed early, wake up at that time, and go back to bed again. But I'm actually looking for you here. So I'm gonna go, because I have you directly with me, but I want to see the chat room also.
Okay, sure.
That's what I'm doing right now by typing in. But
say hello to the real Aaron Collins as well. Thank you for joining. Lance, I just look forward to this conversation because you are truly my brother.
Yes.
I am thankful for you and your beautiful wife.
Thank you.
I'm thankful for I just have a gratitude because the spirit that both the spirits that we have, it allows us to experience this peace, you know, and this kind of joy. And I remember, you know, I can't wait till you can tell me about what you experienced when we spoke last with our with what happened with the angels, the presence that was there, because it was so powerful. It was so powerful.
Yes. I felt enveloped. I felt enveloped in. Okay, here now I'm looking at two screens. Okay, I'm looking at the main one. There's a delay, right? Okay, that's what it is. Okay. Did I bump my head today?
No, you're fine. Take your time.
All right. Because like I said, I'm used to having to set up a certain way. But when we spoke, I was hanging on to your every word. And never once did I come away from that. But as you spoke, I was becoming more and more soothed, comforted. Not that I thought I needed it. I wasn't really in a state of, you know, disarray in my spirit, but it was almost like, hard to explain. I'm gonna use a bunch of abstracts to explain it. But it's like the comfort that one feels when they're a little baby and their mother embraces them, and you feel the warmth of a breast, not being lewd. I'm just saying in a baby-like way. And she's humming a tune, and you feel the vibration coming from her. And even when you're in the stomach, in the womb, and you feel this warmth, you feel this love, you feel this. And there were things that I've been thinking about for the future and planning my future, which we know that if you want to make God laugh, then tell him your plans, right?
Yes.
But still, we have to kind of have a rough idea of where we're allowed to go, and we still have to meditate and pray on that, you know, for permission for that. But those things weren't stressing me, but I put a lot of brain power to it, as I do with everything else. And I think I was doing it too much, but it was almost a feeling like everything's going to be all right. Everything's going to be all right. And in this converted bedroom, which I call my studio, I didn't physically see, but I felt it. And while you were talking, we were recording, and we were doing a live thing afterward. And I just felt this love, this overwhelming love around me. And basically it told me, listen, everything's going to be all right. You don't have to rush. You don't have to stress. Not that you're stressing, but it's all mapped out. Because right now, I'm not a person who gets hung up on my age, but I always keep an eye on where my blip is on the radar screen.
by that mirror, and then they backlash, they outlash on you because you have the audacity to answer their question.
Right.
You had the audacity to be honest with them. So I had people in my life that was draining me like crazy. And I got really depressed. I had all these demonic attacks. It was like spirits were over me, demons were over me, like hovering over me, to the point where I spent a certain time in bed and I couldn't even get out because of I was like, it was like a spiritual stronghold had came over me, and I was like rustling to get out of it. And I realized that I didn't have any reign on my love. I just was giving love out like my love wasn't worth anything.
Yes.
You know, so we have to value ourselves. We have to, even though I am innately a lover, I am innately a giver, I cannot squander what God has given to me.
That's right.
And I must give purposefully. See, you know, quality versus quantity. You know, you give out all this love, you do all these things, you go all these places like you mentioned. The minute you turn around for someone to lift you up when you're falling, no one's there. And then they have the audacity to point the finger at you when you need help, or to make you out to be the bad guy when all you'd want to do was love them and shine a light on the brightness within them. I say that because, you know, you have, when you recognize your value, you begin to pull back from a lot of people.
Yes.
You begin to say that, hey, I can't talk to you. Sometimes, Lance, I don't even answer text messages on time. It's not because if you text me, I'm going to answer it if I'm around. But it's not because I'm being rude. It's because I have to make sure I'm in the right spirit first.
Yes.
And I have to make sure that I'm not taking myself off course because another person is intervening in some way. So if God has me, as the Most High has me in a certain space of meditation, there's no way I can deviate from that because I get a text message or somebody calls me. Because that, when people can pull us from ourselves, that's when the depression comes. That's when the spiritual attack comes. That's why I love everything that you just said, because that was me just last year.
Wow.
And I thought, because, you know, I was like, well, I'm this person, so I gotta be loving. I'm like an over lover kind of, you know, like I just love just kind of like flows from my heart like nothing. I could give anybody a hug. I could walk up to somebody in the store, I see they sad, and I just start speaking a word of God over their life. That's how I am. But when you realize your worth, you got to rein it in. Because when people see that light, it's either intimidating or they try to break it. They try to dim it. Either the light is intimidating to them, they back away from it, or they try to take it away from you by dimming it, by purposely taunting you or purposely sending spiritual attacks to you.
Yes.
But see, no weapon formed shall prosper. The enemy can come, but he does not have dominion, especially when you know who you are. So that's why we are warriors. We are warriors because there are going to be battles, but these battles teach you who you are so that you can become stronger.
Yes.
I learned more about my spirituality when I had like a string of demonic attacks last year. A string of demonic attacks. It kept going. I was out of work for 2 weeks. I was so in a bad space. But that's when the Most High was speaking to me in such a profound way. So these things are purposeful. So when you say rein it in, learn to love yourself, learn to spend that quality time with the Most High, learn to meditate, learn to pray. And you know what I like too? When you do your sun videos, you're out there in the sun, just talking freely. in your backyard, I believe.
Yes.
You know, spending that time with nature. You know, in my videos, I go to the lake a lot. Spending that time with nature, spending that time with yourself is the most peaceful moments in life. And that's when the divine, the Most High, our Creator, speaks so eloquently, so beautifully, and so peacefully. Anything the Creator says, the Most High says, is beautiful, is all those things. But being out in nature somehow expounds upon it. Because like when we're in these spaces, these walls, they can be trapping to a certain degree.
Yes,
yes. When we're out in nature and we can see the birds chirping, we can hear the water flowing through the lake or the river or whatever it may be. We can see the ants. Everything begins to be magnified. Oh my goodness, I didn't know that tree was so beautiful. Everything begins to be magnified, and that peace rushes in, and you hear the voice more clearly.
You can breathe. You resonate. You understand that you're part of creation, and you're not left out. You see, another thing that brings on these depressions is that we get so caught up in the man-made trappings. Like even when I'm in this studio room, I have a window behind me, and the way the camera is angled, you can't see it. But maybe you can. There's a line right here, up and down. I got a piece of plywood, I painted over it, and I slapped it on top because I wanted to have those stripes not show, cover the fact that there's a window there. It's an illusion.
Yeah. But
sometimes I'm too lazy to take that down. It's just two clips holding it up. And when I leave it up, it's like I'm cut off from a stream of life. When I take that thing down, the sunlight in, even that little bit of sunlight that comes in just wakes me up. Now it's a practice of mine every day that when I wake up, I make sure that I'm ready and I'm fully rested. And then I go into the backyard with my bare feet. Got to be careful where I step because we have fire ants back there, but there's parts of it where it's not there, you know? But I look up at the sun, the sun hit me. And when I look up at the sun as much as I can bear, and I have to squint my eyes, it's almost like I'm digesting something, physically feeling something digest through my eyes and in my head. And I wake up on a higher level than if I just stayed inside and looked outside. And then I feel the breeze, and just like you said, you see the ants and you see the birds, and you breathe in there, you feel strong. And you could never be depressed when you go in nature. This is why when someone may be stressed to the point where they're depressed, or even may I say it, suicidal, so they may think, when you bring them somewhere to heal you up, whether they say a mental institution, I wouldn't say that. It's just that we're out of line. We're out of touch. There's nothing wrong with us. When you have a car where it might be one particular hose that needs replacing, you can't say, oh, the car's a piece of junk, it's no good. It just needs care. And so when we go to these places that are designated for our care to bring us back to 100% fullness, you have sunlight, you have a body of water, you have fresh air, you have good, clean food. You don't have any artificial noise or anything artificial or electronic to interfere with your connection to the atmosphere around you, and you also have good rest. And when you saturate yourself with these things, also the exercise, doesn't mean you're going to hear rocky music, break 2 eggs in a glass and go running. No, it may be a peaceful walk, but you go through each phase of deep slumber where you wake up feeling refreshed. And then you go for a peaceful walk that's not rushed. And you come back when you want to. And you can see the beauty of the lake and the trees and how nature interacts and the sunlight on you. And you feel yourself coming back into yourself, and you realize that when you go back into what they call the civilized world, but it's not really civilized. No. Because if it was civilized, it wouldn't have robbed you of your connection to all things God. Some say nature, that's God. That's his hierarchy that will always keep you sustained. Man's hierarchy will drain you and leave you depressed. So the trick is now that you have to maintain a balance. Well, I'm sitting on the bus over 10 hours a day, not getting up. So my mind has to be right. I've got to get my exercise outside of this place because it's not going to happen. I can't be tempted with a quick layover over at Burger King, McDonald's, KFC, Wendy's, Arby's, Wawa, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I got to bring my stuff with me because I've got to emulate everything that I would find in that place of healing and be the one to keep myself healed and never leave that place. So when I wake up, whenever, I'm good. I don't have to wake up early later on. I'm going to find myself in the backyard. I may nibble on some fruit. I don't have meals anymore. I have a big plate if I'm hungry, but I'm not going to say I have breakfast, dinner, and supper. What my body wants, I'll give it a little. If I need a nap, I'll take a little. I don't honor the clock only to fulfill my employment promises,
yes,
responsibilities. But other than that, I don't work along with the clock because that's man-made. I work along with the vibrations around me in nature, in God, in that voice, and what it tells me to do. So this is why I get my signals first and my commands first. And once I get those, I can flow, and the day always ends up coming out fine. Even when there are obstacles that may happen, somebody, a little fender bender or something happens, you can't get upset.
Mm-hmm.
This morning when I woke up and I made that video about the wife and how she tried to murder the husband and all that stuff, I made a plate of food. Mm-hmm. And I had some pink Himalayan salt that I use. And I took the little thing when you turn it, it crunches it down and makes it fine as a powder. And I kindly turned it and everything just came right on out of the plate. I had a mountain of pink Himalayan salt in the plate. And I was so mad. Salt all over the floor, big chunks of it. And I put the thing down and I sat there like this, like, okay, this is not going to upset me. This is going to make me more intense because I had to leave to go to work at a certain time. So my time was limited. And I'm thinking about finding all these different grains of pink Himalayan salt and how I'm going to take it out of the plate and eat it with no salt. It wasn't food with a little bit of salt on it. It was salt with a little bit of food in there. So after taking my time and getting things straight, I sat down again, but I was very careful. So that's what that told me. Lance, relax. Be very careful. But I don't let much things upset me. Another funny story, since I got you laughing already. Mm-hmm. Last night when we came in from our second job, Lancescurv and I work a little gig at night. We have a little side thing that we do, 2 or 3 hours. So after my job, I go in. After her job, she goes in. She beats me there. So now we're coming home in 2 vehicles. And so sometimes she'll beat me. We ride together through the street, but sometimes a light may catch me and she'll get around the corner faster than I. So we were neck and neck, but I was in front of her, but I always keep my eyes on her. I turn and I hit the garage door opener and I'm pulling up into the garage. Mm-hmm. And she didn't turn all the way yet, so she was still right there facing the street, like she was going to keep going, but she was going to turn. As soon as the garage door opened, you see a little bit of your garage between the ground and the actual bottom of the door until it goes all the way up. And I saw something moving, something running across the garage. I said, am I going to have to run this car up inside here and crush a guy with a gun? Is there somebody in there? Bright headlights. It came up. It frightened me. It startled me. Uh-huh. And this thing kept moving. It was a possum in my garage. And it squealed. And my windows were up and I still heard it. And it was a big one. Like we see this bottle here? It was like, look at me dropping water. I'm just so clumsy today. It was like 1.5. Whoa! And the tail just made it look longer. So he ran into the bushes And it hit me. And I'm trying to figure out, how long was he in there? It couldn't have been in the daytime because they're nocturnal. So it had to be from the other night before when I came in from work. And when we left to go to work, he saw so much sunlight that he was under the utility shelves we have, but that garage gets hot.
Yeah.
Homeboy didn't have nothing to drink, nothing to eat. So he didn't know what he was dealing with when he saw the headlights. He just knew, whew, this air feels good. I got to go out there. So sometimes in our travels in this world, we can find ourselves in a place we didn't intend on being, but it's a lesson to always keep our eyes open and always monitor the dashboard of our life to see if the gas is too low, if it's overheating. We can't be so concerned with always giving the next person directions that we don't see where we're going. Keep yourself charged. It's no crime. And if anybody makes you feel guilty for keeping your batteries full and keeping yourself intact, then they're not a friend to you. They're not good energy for you, and you need to cut those ties.
You're right.
Definitely.
Lance, this was
to the comedy hour here.
I know. This was such, oh my goodness.
Yes, indeed. As always.
I genuinely enjoyed our speaking on tonight. I genuinely enjoyed it. So as we close, as we begin to settle down, I didn't want to keep you this long because I know you just got from work.
I'm good.
Myself.
I'm gonna sleep so good tonight after we journey.
Yes,
This
beautiful.
is the best sleep. Afterward, this is the best sleep. Matter of fact, I'm gonna tell you what to do. I'm gonna go and lay down after this, but I'm also gonna put on my little sandals and I'm gonna go in the backyard. But first, I'm gonna flash the lights and make sure there are no possums around or raccoons, and then I'm just gonna go out there and just look up in the sky and be quiet and noises and sounds and just meditate on what we said and just come down like a beautiful flight. Yeah. A beautiful flight, just smooth landed, because this is food for me. And I got an all-you-can-eat buffet tonight, and all the spirituality and all the anecdotes and insights that you shared with me. Matter of fact, I have several doggy bags, so I'm well fed for a while. But doing it this way, I love it. And when I figure out all the bells and whistles, you know, with connecting up my other system, which I'm going to do within the next few days because I have a lot of time this week, I'll be okay. We'll keep doing it.
Most definitely. I enjoyed having you on. It's always a peaceful, positive flow. You always drop bombs. You always drop wisdom, knowledge, encouragement, you know, just power. You're just speaking truth to power, honestly. So I'm extremely grateful. I am grateful for your life, for your wife's life, you know, for your queen's life, for your family, just for your existence, because you're such a blessing in every aspect of the word. And I just think I'm thankful for this time. And the whole time I was smiling. The whole time I was smiling, and I was in a good, peaceful space. And that's how you know when our Creator has connected his sons and his daughters.
Yes.
So, Lance, as far as closing words for our beloved family that took time to join us on tonight, we thank you.
Yes.
What do you have to say, just from your heart, for anyone that may listen now or may be listening in the future?
Know that where you stand now is where you stand now. And if you feel that you're not loved, if you feel a little down, know that if you hold on now and understand that there are realities unseen that you have not experienced yet, if you truly understand that, you will hold on and you will get through this period of darkness now. There are times in my life where I just never knew. I would look up in the sky at night and say, God, is this it? This pain that I'm going through in my heart, is this it? This abuse that I'm going through in this relationship, is this it for me? There were times I considered giving up, not on a suicidal level, but going in the slow lane and saying, you know what, I'm not going to try. But we look within and we know the goodness and the greatness that we have inside of us. Not great as far as boosting our egos and saying to the world, please keep my name up on the marquee because I'm great, but the things that God has for us to do. Mm-hmm. We don't have to be ashamed to acknowledge that because God put that there. Mm-hmm. He put that there. And to heck with anybody else who wants to deny those great seeds that are inside of you. So even when you're going through that dark period, understand that when seeds sprout in the soil, it's pretty dark in there. When a child is being, when he's conceived and when he's going through the different stages of development, it's pretty dark in that womb. So the dark is not necessarily the worst thing, but it should cause you to look within and look at those seeds and cultivate those seeds and grow those seeds because God gave them to you. And I don't want to go back to him when I transition with a handful of seeds that I didn't help to farm and grow. And that's our responsibility on this level. And don't let anybody take you away from that. Look within, meditate, and know that there's always a tomorrow. If you are here, you can be in solitary confinement in a prison, but you're still here. There's a reason why you're here. It doesn't always make sense to us. Stop trying to figure out what God is doing and just go with the flow of what he tells you to do. Stop trying to figure out his plan. Maybe one day, 10 years from now, 15 years from now, you can say, you know what, I can see it. And then wrapping it up, I'll say it this way. Sometimes we're in a situation and can't see it until we're pulled out of it. But when you feel the negative aspects of that situation, understand that that's not it for you. We can have a beautiful picture up on the wall. And as beautiful as the picture is, if your nose is touching the picture, you can't see it because you're too close. But when you pull away from that picture, when you move away from that time of darkness, when you move away and see that the sun does exist behind that cloud, you can put it all into perspective. Sometimes it's a time for action, whether you play soccer or football or baseball or basketball or you're a boxer. You don't know how it's really going down and how it looks when you're in the action. But later, after that phase is all over, you pop in the CD, you pop in the tape, or you replay it, and you can see exactly how everything worked out. And every loss that the world says is a loss is not a loss. That's another notch on the belt of experience to get you that win down the line. So if you didn't get that job, it's okay. Keep pushing. If it took you a little longer to get that degree, it's okay. Keep pushing. There are many roads to the same destination. You will feel discouraged sometime, but when you do, that's a call to back up, reevaluate, rest, realign yourself with the Most High, get his permission first in anything you do, and then move forward like the champion that you are.
Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Now, I just honestly cannot add to that. That was so profound, so powerful. Lance, I can't wait to rewatch this video. This is so
I said the same thing.
And powerful
experience. I said the same thing. You brought tears in my eyes throughout the whole thing, but I didn't show the tears. You know, I'll go later on in the backyard and just let it all flow because it's beautiful. Seriously. No, I'm not making fun. I'm just saying that, you know, I'm a comedian too, but no, seriously, I cry easy.
Yeah.
And I let it flow easy. And I just want to say, Warrior Constance, I love you righteously. I love you. I love you. I love you. You're my sister. I love you. I love everything about you. I love even the vulnerabilities that you're not afraid to share. As you grow and strengthen those vulnerabilities, tongue-tied tonight, been talking about today, but I love you for that, and you resonate with me, and I watch your videos, and I just soak it all in, I know I'm in the street all day. Sometimes I can be a little bit crude in my expression sometimes, but it's all love.
Mm-hmm.
And thank you for loving the world. Thank you for sharing your experiences to heal the world. And I thank God for creating you, because if he didn't create you, my balance would have probably been tipped over, and who knows what I would do out in the world. But you anchor me. Just like my wife anchors me, you anchor me. Every planet in the solar system has a gravitational effect on each one.
That's true.
Mercury may be far away from Pluto, but there's something going on. When a comet comes through, we feel it. Everything around us, we feel in our world. And even though we haven't looked at each other eye to eye, as far as person to person, we're connected spirit to spirit. Yes, I'm looking at you eye to eye right now through the electronic means. Mm-hmm. And this time together is sacred. Whether it's 500 watching now or 3 or whatever, the energy generated by this is going to help somebody some way. Mm-hmm. Because this was not scripted. I wasn't, well, what should I say tonight? Let me write it down. There's no papers in here. Papers all over the table, but nothing written down, scripted. It came from the heart. It came from God, and it was a flow. And this is what we need to do more.
Flow that I cherish genuinely. Because sometimes when I do my videos, I'll send people questions, you know, mm-hmm. and I'll say, do you want questions? I don't have to send them. We can just talk. Mm-hmm. Because the reason I named this segment Conversations with Constance, because I just want it to be a peaceful conversation.
Yes.
And with Lance, I know I didn't have to send him a list of questions. Like we were just gonna always
Exactly.
Always flow, because the Holy Spirit is here. There's righteousness here. There's peace here. There's love here. There's respect here. There's honor here.
Yes.
There's vulnerability here. Yes. There's fearlessness here. So it would always be natural for us to flow.
That's right.
I am super grateful and super thankful for this time.
Thank you.
I am super thankful for your experiences and your ability to share those with the world, your ability to share other people's testimonies as well, your ability to help other people get the word out, because you don't have to be a big person in the world for the Most High to use you or to get the word out through you, because all it takes is one person to connect with that message, one lawyer to reach out to the lady. All it takes is one. Right. And with our prayers, with our positive thoughts, someone will see those videos. Some will be inspired to do the right thing in terms of money or in terms of some kind of help.
Yes.
So I just say, continue to champion on and be the warrior that our Creator, the Most High, has called you to be. No matter who comes in and out of your life, always know that you are loved, that you are respected, that you are needed, and that you are treasured. Continue to keep that center and continue to take that time for yourself. Don't let people drain your energy.
Right.
Your energy, your time, your space is very sacred. Spend time with your queen. Spend time doing the things that you love, and continue to celebrate life daily.
Beautiful. Mm-hmm. Beautiful. Thank you so much.
So, family, we are going to be ending this live stream. I am so thankful and appreciative of all of the beautiful people that came, everyone that commented, everyone that stayed throughout the duration of this video, the people who will be watching the video after it's over on replay on tomorrow. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We continue to send our love, our light, and our well wishes to you. No matter who you are not forgotten. Don't let discouragement, don't let poverty, don't let injustice, don't let rejection, don't let fear, Don't let obesity, don't let rape, don't let anything stop you. You are a warrior. You have purpose. You have destiny. You must champion on. Take care, beloved brothers and sisters, beloved kings and queens. We will see you. We will meet you again. Until then, we leave you in love and light and peace and joy. Stay strong and be blessed. Shalom.
Shalom.